Spotty's back. Episode 2, this time, of ready-made teams. And this time, taking a look at Liberal Terminator's combo breaker back-to-back winning team of Nova, Spencer, and Dr. Doom. This is Coach Steve's team, and fair play, it is Team Coach Steve, but Liberal Terminator's carved a history, carved a legacy out for himself at such a young age that I think I'm going to call it Lib's team for the rest of my days, I think. Liberal Terminator uses this team to such great effect that you must have seen him if you've been watching any Marvel tournaments of late. You must have seen him. He's had such great success, winning plenty of tournaments, coming, I think, 4th at EVO. I think it was Jabril, Evasion, KBR, wasn't it? And then Liberal Terminator 4th, and then myself and Mundang 5th, both place in 5th there. This team that he uses is very strong. Nova, Spencer, and Doom individually. Doom probably the most top tier of them all. Nova, very good. Spencer, pretty good. But I mean, it's like Zero, Morrigan at the top, Virgil, Magneto, Phoenix, and then sort of like underneath you have characters like Nova and Doom, sort of depending on how you rank in things, you know, top 5, top 10 in that region, 5th to 10th, somewhere in that region out of 50 characters. But Nova, for whatever place you want to put him in, he's proven to be capable of fighting Morrigan, best character in the game, free, and fighting Zero, fighting Virgil, fighting Phoenix, fighting a lot of the best characters because he has the tools to deal with them, and also is a very good tournament team. Nova teams, the simplicity of them compared to some of the more complicated things that other characters have, just the sheer lack of complexity means that you can be quite free with how you play, very expressive with how you play, but the simplicity just lends itself to, if you are solid fundamentally, then this team will really let you shine. And even if you're just starting out playing this game, any fundamentals that you have from other fighting games will carry over to this team very nicely. And even if you don't have those fundamentals yet to speak of, you will develop them very nicely with a team like this, because you are able to learn the game in such a fundamental way. It's very basic, it's very straightforward. You learn the game in a way that's very Marvel. You learn the basics of the game from a team that uses those basics very well, which I think is really beneficial. The real way that this team wins is, yes, it can fight the top tier teams like a Zero Dante Virgil or a Morrigan Doom Virgil or something like that, Morrigan Doom Phoenix. Like, it can fight those teams, but it can also kill every character that it touches, bar a few exceptions of certain hits against the heaviest characters in the game, the biggest ones with the biggest health totals. But generally speaking, it is killing characters with combos thanks to this guy right here. Nova can fight the top tiers, Spencer can kill them. Spencer allows hard tag combos into Doom, which then DHC back to Spencer, which then allow for extensions post DHC, which allow this team to kill. The format of this video, I've already done Wolverine, Doom, and Virgil in my first video of ready-made teams. This second one also has Doom on it, so I'm going to go over Doom again, but maybe a little bit quicker this time, because I've already covered him in the other video. You can have a look at that if you want a little bit more. In fact, it probably won't be that much different. But this one is going to be a slightly different format. Last time I went all the way through Nova, then all the way through Wolverine, all the way through Wolverine, all the way through Doom, and then all the way through Virgil. This time I'm going to go through the normals for each, and general sort of like tools that you'll be using in neutral. Then I'm going to go through the combos for the team, and that's a big part of the thing here, because Nova's B&B actually involves all of Spencer and Doom within his B&B. If I drop anything, forgive me, have some patience. I'm still trying to get used to Hitbox. I have come 3rd in a tournament and won a tournament so far with the Hitbox, but I'm still not comfortable in using it, especially with characters that require, in this case, that's a Tiger Knee attempt right there. I'm trying to do that. It's actually really tricky trying to learn to do Tiger Knees on Hitbox, I've discovered. Some people said it was going to be the case. Look at that. That's actually just pathetic. I think I've just rediscovered the secret right there. We should be okay. So with this, first things first, I'm going to look at normals. I'll look at normals and neutral tools first of all. I'll then look at combos for the team, and then I'm going to look at what your overall game plan should be with these characters. Overall game plan with the characters, and maybe look, if you do get a kill, what will your welcome mix-up be following that up. So, first things first, Nova's tools. Nova has some very good normals. This one here, Stand Jab, is a really lovely tool. If they are... Can I just have you jump for me, please? Yes, jump for me. There we go. So, no, I pressed the wrong button. I have to record that again. So, Stand Jab is a really good tool for if they are airborne and you've hit them, or if they're airborne and you're trying to anti-air them. So, a reason you might have hit them already is because you jump heavy as hit. You can then confirm into jabs to bring the height down a little bit. So if you're really doing a good job of confirming into things, and you're really good at confirming into the hard tag with this team, you might get one anti-air and then tag straight into Doom. But generally speaking, you might be just able to hit off this a combo based on those anti-air jabs hitting. They have really good range, and Nova's whole tool set pretty much combos from those max range stand jabs. The one thing about Nova is that pretty much no matter where you are, if you get a hit with one of his buttons, all of his buttons will hit in sequence. So the first normal, the stand jab. The second one, air jab, his jumping jab, his jumping light. Really good downward angled normal, really good for catching characters. And what you want to do with that is use it in tandem with his air dash down. So his air dash down is really fast. His air dash down forward and down back isn't so fast. You can do janky things with it. It is good for certain things. You can actually just cross up with that, but you can also cross up just by dashing over them. And then doing an air dash down light like that. You can get over their head and hit them cross up overhead. It's nasty. But with this, the air dash down, look at the range on that. Like, look at how far. It doesn't even look like it should hit. But air dash down into light, if you can hit medium and heavy air dash down into that light, you can pretty much do it at the minimum air dash height every time, which is really fast. It's so fast, it's practically an overhead. It's faster than his standing overhead, which is pretty slow by comparison and unsafe. It's way better to use this right here. Call it the Nova head because it's so fast. If you pair that with his only low light, I say only light, he has a crouch heavy as well, but his low light that you would use to try and get confirms, they actually hit on a similar sort of frame. So if you make someone block a plasma beam, so say they block a plasma beam like this, that is a similar sort of frame as that. I think this is crouch medium like I think his crouch medium is like a 9 frame normal if I recall correctly, and this is his instant overhead or Nova head. That hits on like frame 15 if you do it like frame perfect. It's like 15 frames. So if you do something like that into that and then do dash into that, the dash into that is probably a similar amount of frames to hitting that right there as well. So you can sort of make people worry about the high and then hit them low, or vice versa if you're going for a low a lot like that, which I don't recommend as much because there's not as many options. You want to be doing the that most of the time and then sparingly hit this, because then you're going to be able to get big damage confirms. That's the gist there. So crouch medium is amazing. Great tool because he's active for so long. He hits from such a long range away. If you just press plasma beam and then do that, you get yourself a confirm. Literally, plasma beam, crouch medium. Oh, kill. I'll kill off that. I'll kill off that hit. Even though it's really scaled, the damage is scaled, this team will kill off that. Really good neutral tool. So you can do like that into that, and then you're pretty much covering yourself. So you dash forward with a plasma beam and then a crouch medium. You're already in. But the other way to use Nova is to use his jump heavy, which is such a fantastic button because his air dash forward is so good. You can carry yourself forward for such a long distance with that. It's pretty much the smaller full screen you can get across up from. It's actually a joke. Like, that's the maximum range full screen. Up forward jump into an air dash, and you are pretty much there. It's nearly max range. So if you're doing something like this, you call Doom and then dash on over. Doom will follow you up. You can do dash and call Doom, so like that, and he'll follow it up. or you can literally, before you even get off the ground, call it. Or if you know that they're not calling her assist, you can actually dash over and then do the jump heavy with it, put them in a bit of block stun, wait for the plasma beam to make them block, and then mix them up after that. Really strong with an air dash there, because if you do air dash heavy from a distance, you get jump heavy. If you do it up close, you get a throw. And the ridiculous thing about it is, if you do it like that, right above their head, you're now getting a throw or a cross-up heavy or a front side heavy and a ton of frame advantage, a ridiculous amount of frame advantage on it. So if you're doing if you're basically just like right next to them, you can abuse the hell out of this. Just jump and do that. If they jump, you're going to grab them. Actually, I think I grabbed them with the air dash then. You can grab with air dashes if you plink it. Can just note that note works for Nova, right? Yeah, so if you plink the air dash heavy first into the medium, you can actually abuse the first jump as a throw, so you can actually get a throw there and a throw on the heavy as you come out of it. Like that is kind of a joke. And then you get a full combo off that. Into a combo, into a tag into Doom, and then a full combo into a big damage supers. So that's the gist with Nova. With Spencer, you get the stand jab again great for anti-airing, getting them into combos. The stand jab is really good, because the stand jab is really good for getting them down into this. So if they block this, can I set all block now? That I'm pretty sure I can't I? So even though, I've recorded the dummy to jump, but now I've set them to all guard, they'll guard. So I can hit them there, stand jab them into a crouch light. And if they're trying to get off the ground, they'll be stuck on the ground. If they're just off the ground, I might catch them low like that. So a really good confirm. Instead of just trying to catch them low like that and missing, so trying to catch them low, sometimes you will hit, sometimes you will miss. You can jump, you can go in, stand jab into crouch jab. As you get better with him, you'll be able to time that and hit them low as they try and jump. That's a really good move. Then crouch light is a low, unlike Nova. So crouch light for Nova is just a standard move, mid-hitting move, so it doesn't hit high, doesn't hit low, and you can block that whilst you're walking away or jumping away. So that's not going to catch a person trying to jump away, chicken blocking. Spencer is a bit more able, therefore, to stagger a stand light into a crouch light. That stand light into there lets them think, oh, I'll push block, and then you hit them with the crouch low, or I'll chicken block and try and get away. That low will catch them in that scenario as well. So it's really good for that. You can also do crouch light into crouch light, a bit better than Nova can, because again, crouch light into crouch light is hitting low here. Or you can do crouch light into crouch heavy. I don't really recommend that, but if you've got an assist back in you, why not? It's a low that'll catch them off guard sometimes. So you go meh, zip, and now you're in position for another light, command grab, something like that. So he has a good low. His medium's not really too notable for beginners here. There's not too much to say other than his crouch heavy will knock them airborne, and then you can do an up forward zip out of that into falling medium and then do some combos off that. There's some really meter building combos that come from that. He has an overhead, which combos into his armor piercer, or if you get it really meaty, you can actually combo. If you do it from such a distance, you can actually combo into it like jabs raw. It's got to be a ridiculous difference, so I don't really consider that viable. But on a counter hit, you can confirm into a jab, but it's really hard to see counter hits unless you're looking for them, unless you're a bit more experienced, so don't worry too much about that. But that is really potent. If they are blocking this and then you overhead them, you can get a full combo out of that. And do some stuff from that. Whatever the combo is, I'll get to that later. So Spencer has good stand jabs, great for anti-airing, and also then a great jump heavy, similar to Nova. If you're holding forward in the air or back in the air whilst pressing this heavy, you will grab them. You're going to get a grab like that, which you can convert off. But also, if you hit them, you can just go into S like that, or you can do H into a zip into S, but that looks like this when you whiff it and don't catch them with the zip. So it's something where he's got a really good ability to throw option select, so you're quite likely to get grabbed, but if he doesn't grab you like that, you can actually be hit by the zip and then comboed off it. Like that. So really good normals in the air. He's also got his jump S, which brings them down a long way. So any normal jump height, pretty much, it'll knock them down to the floor. From super jump height, like you're getting knocked down to the floor from pretty much most heights. If you're really high up, you'll go, most of the way to the ground on that, which is really nice for confirms, because then you know that you're going to be able to hit bat, jab, 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 medium, heavy, launch, zip, zip, and then S, and then some of that into a super, and then some extensions off it. Extensions such as... I missed it, damn it. The hitbox is going to kill me during this video, I'm sure. That's really potent. He does have a similar sort of approach to Spencer in that you can call Doom, plink dash over. If you've not seen my plink dash tutorial already, I recommend it fully because you're going to need it for Nova. And I will get a bit more into his neutral later, because he does have some fantastic tools for neutral. I'll get into that later, but for now, calling plasma and dashing up is really good for both Nova and Spencer, but calling plasma and then doing a zip forwards, that was not a zip forwards, calling that and doing a zip forwards allows you to get in really lazily. If you do it poorly, if you're doing a bad job of it, if you're not covering yourself, you will get thrown by good opponents, but as you're climbing up the ranks, play with it, get a feel for when you can use that, because sometimes getting in at normal jump height, there might be something on the ground. You might be playing like Chris, there's a mine on the ground, you might be playing against Rocket, you might be playing against someone really ground based and you don't want to go in on the ground, so you do that instead. There's reasons to use it, but it is vulnerable if you do it poorly. So Spencer's really good for that reason. His combos, you can just do like medium heavy S in a lot of scenarios, and then just get an OTG, do some zips, and hit 80k for it. Doom, final character to look at the normals of. Crouch light is a fantastic normal. You do a tri-dash into crouch light, and you can do crouch light into crouch heavy, crouch light into S, and those both confirm at pretty much max range. So if you look at max range for him, medium will whiff. So medium will whiff at a lot of the max range confirms, but heavy won't. So don't use the medium, crouch medium, unless for very particular combos. If you're doing a mid-screen confirm, airborne confirm, you can squeeze in a little bit of extra damage. If you're getting a confirm sort of like this, right there, crouch medium is really good for just a little bit of extra damage confirmability. But the gist of Doom's normals, light, or just light heavy into S, and then confirm it from there. His crouch light is probably the only grounded normal you're going to use. Maybe you'll use stand light to confirm some anti-air stuff, but it's not chainable. You can only use one at a time, so you got to go crouch stand light into crouch medium, maybe stand light into crouch heavy. In fact, not even that. I think stand light into crouch medium is pretty much the one in most cases, because it combos from a lot of ranges when they're airborne, whereas on the ground, that's where you might miss your crouch medium and lose a kill combo for no reason. In the air, dash medium is really strong. So you can dash medium from a number of different positions, because again, he has an 8-way air dash like Nova does, except his is a little bit faster to accelerate on the different directions. Nova hits like top speed with his like, if I just go back to that, Nova hits top speed, a good top speed with his air dash, but he starts up pretty slow with it, certainly. Whereas Doom starts up pretty fast with his air dash and is quite flexible in how he uses it. You can super jump up, float, and then air dash down forward into a medium, air dash down back into a medium to catch people, do a bit of this into that and get an approach on them. Like doing a bit of that into that is really good, like crouch light into S there. The two most potent buttons like that you're ever going to use with Doom is this one, which option selects throw. Forward heavy foot dive is this one. It goes quite horizontal, and his S foot dive, he's got two foot dives. That one there is just like if I go to the corner here, can you get me over to the corner, please? Get in the corner. You can air dash cancel this. And that's what makes the H foot dive and the S foot dive so potent, because you can cancel both of them into a dash to get away. Not that you probably want the frame advantage to get in like this and get a confirm, get pressure. off that, because you can, well, you want to air dash it specifically because if you don't air dash it, you are vulnerable when that happens out of your S foot dive. Out of heavy foot dive, you actually can act again without air dashing, so you can actually do stuff like that and do butter gun out of it, but you want to air dash cancel them for additional pressure. Really good thing. His other normal that I'm going to recommend is his jump heavy, and jump heavy is really good because you can hit them airborne like that and get confirms off it. If you press butter gun, jump heavy, butter gun, just before you hit the peak of his jump arc, if you do it straight away, if you do jump butter gun like that, it's actually quite hard to confirm it. So if you do jump butter gun, it's really tight to confirm because you've only just recovered. But if you do the butter gun about halfway, just before he reaches his full jump height, you get more time to confirm into a hit if it hits, or more pressure, and you're less vulnerable in general. And the only other way I'd recommend using it is air dash back into butter gun is really nice as a little switch up of what you're doing zoning wise. You know, you can do a bit of this and then a bit of that to go with it. It's kind of nice. So those are normals that you're going to use with these characters. I'm going to go into a few combos at this point. So the main combo for this, and I'm just going to practice real quick. I'm just going to practice a tiger knee a couple times. Right, I can hit a tiger knee, I hope. Hitbox be damned. So the combo you're going to do should look something like this. It's really basic. That might be good. Yeah, there we go. So this is the combo. You've seen Liberal Terminator do it many times. It's straightforward, does a lot of damage. I missed the last 80k. So I would have got 1.1 mil there off this starter here, crouch light, sorry, Nova head into a crouch light for the confirm. That's 1.1 mil off a really, really basic combo. It is tricky though. It has a few more moving parts than, say, the Wolverine Doom Virgil team and the combos that I was doing with them. A little bit more to it with this. So I'm going to break it down. The start for this combo, I'd recommend always starting your Nova combos like this, just to get used to doing it, because that's going to be a way to open up your opponent. Especially if you're ducking in and out and then doing a bit of that. Make them think that you're going to go in for a low. Make them think you're going to go in for a grab. And then hit them high, but the lows are going to threaten the low, hit the high, or hit the high a few times and then go in with the low. But you want to hit this into crouch, light, medium, heavy S, like that. And then you can do a lot with Nova, but I like this sequence because it's a dead easy B&B, not too complicated. You're going to launch them, medium, medium, heavy, and then fly. So launch them, medium, medium, heavy, fly, light, medium, heavy, and then S. Now his S is a bit interesting. In that first part of the combo, the reason I'm doing that sequence in particular is because if you just did medium, heavy, S, it hits, but I don't have enough frame advantage to reliably hit that every time. Sometimes that's going to miss, because if they are pretty much beneath you when you do your S, you get less frame advantage on the hits. You might actually do less hits, which will really mess the combo up, and you won't be able to combo with forward overhead like that. You need to keep them quite high up on you. You want Nova here and them a little bit higher up above his head. So the reason I'm doing medium, medium, heavy, fly, light, medium, heavy, S fly is because they get nice and high up on Nova's combo there. So light, medium, heavy, S, medium, heavy, light, medium, heavy, S, and then overhead. Leave it just a moment. So you're going to leave it there, and as they're bouncing back up, call Spencer's assist. So, whoops. So do that as they bounce back up, and then you do that little complicated ditty. This is the hardest part of the combo by far, I think. The second hardest part comes when you DHC to Spencer, after you've done the Doom part. But this bit here, you need to time that correctly so that you can launch them into Spencer's assist. So you want to practice just that on its own, because that's the first part of it. Once you got that down, like you don't want that to happen. If they fly up in the air still attached to Spencer, you've kicked them with Nova into the air after Spencer's already caught them. So you want to be doing your Spencer a little bit later, or your launch a little bit earlier. Then there's this bit here. So I just did his quarter circle back heavy move, which on a grounded opponent will crumple them. And that move is not cancelable into... You can't cancel Nova's S into that move. Forgive me, I'm just going to take a swig of tea. Oh, that's better. So you can't just cancel raw launch into that. You have to jump cancel the launch into it. So you want to do an up input with your quarter circle. So it's kind of like a tiger knee in a sense, which, as I mentioned, I'm struggling with. It's kind of like a tiger knee, but this is the easier version of a tiger knee, because coming out of the S, it doesn't really matter. You've got a lot of freedom with the S input. Sorry, with the input for that move. So you've got a lot of freedom to just include an S. Sorry, include an up input anywhere after the S. So it looks something like, not that, I did the S too late there. Looks something like that. Now, if I need to tag to Doom, if you do this and then hold tag, you've got so much time. Nova doesn't even touch the floor. But if you do it after, you do the tag after you do this part of the combo, you can't tag to Doom for a little bit longer. So when you actually finally hit the S, they should be pretty much face down on the floor. It should be a very tight thing. You can get better with your timing on this, but basically having Spencer on the screen means that you can't tag into Doom until Spencer's come out and Doom recovers from Spencer's assist being called. So when you do this, what you're actually looking to do is make Spencer hit, and then hit them with this move during the moments when they're about to recover from being restood or restanded or restand, rather than immediately when they touch the ground, because you can actually do it a bit too early and catch them right as they get restood on the ground. You can crumple them, but then you're not going to have enough time to tag to Doom and get the OTG, not the OTG, get the combo to continue. So with this, you want to do something like that, catch them a little bit late, and then you're going to hit them as they basically get face down on the floor, and then you can do a Doom combo off that from there. So to put that together one more time, just to show it, this part, I'll go into Doom in a second. That might be a bit early. And then the Doom bit, yeah, that was a bit early. So that was an example of early, where I didn't have enough time to tag to Doom. I'm going to use that as an example for you to learn from, because that's what a good teacher does. So in that situation, you just need to launch and then do this move slightly later. Just delay it slightly later. Delay the up input and delay the button, the heavy button, a little bit later, because you want them to get restood. And then do this as late as possible to give Nova the time. Sorry, give Spencer the time to get out of there, and then Doom to come in. The part that you do after that with Doom is a launch, and his combos are slightly different from other characters. Launch, super jump, medium, medium. That his medium does 2 hits. So you're going to do 2 of those. Launch, medium, medium, heavy foot dive. So forward heavy. And then S foot dive, and you can air dash cancel that to get down quicker. So you do medium, medium, heavy foot dive, and then cancel it like that. And you can either do medium, medium, heavy foot dive, cancel it like that, jump, and then do plasma beam, or you can do launch, medium, medium, heavy foot dive, and on the way down, after you've air dash cancelled it, do plasma beam right there. That's something to practice, getting that part into the plasma beam. If you do the version where you go down to the floor first, then re-jump, and then do plasma beam, you want to whiff a normal on the way down. I like to jump heavy on the way down because it will never accidentally hit them. You can accidentally hit their character with the medium like that sometimes. So I like to whiff jump heavy, and then jump, and then do plasma beam heavy on them just there. So it's plasma beam heavy into the super, and this super does 50 hits. It's 5 waves of 10 hits at a time, 50 hits total. So when you're trying to figure out, okay, when do I DHC through to Spencer, just look at the combo counter when the super starts. So I'm on 12 hits. Once I get to 50 sorry, 62 hits, I then DHC out to my next character. That's the cue for it. So it's 50 hits, 5 waves of 10 hits. Then from there, once you have, let me just build a second bar back again. Oops. So once you have, behave yourself, got the bar for the combo. Once you have hit the super and you've DHC'd through to Spencer, that's where the final set transition into the final part of this combo comes. So with this, you need to hit an OTG zip move like that. So you, during that super, need to hit this move just here. And you don't have time to jump and do this quarter circle forward heavy move, which is the OTG grapple. You need to Tiger Knee it. And to Tiger Knee it, you want to do down, forwards, and then up input into heavy once you've left the ground. A little bit tricky to do. You're going to have to do a bit of practice in here. Like I said, the combos are a little bit more involved with this team. You can just do simple combos. I'll show you one of those in a second and still do decent damage to begin with. But once you learn this, you can really rapidly go from being a beginner player into like an intermediate range and then start fighting some of the better players in your scene just by having touch of death combos. This game is really free with that, because if you learn how to get hits and you can do combos, you can beat a ton of players. A ton of players who've been playing the game a long time, in fact, as well. You have a lot of freedom to do that. So once you've DHC'd into Spencer, you need to get that Tiger Knee down, zip, and then this move here, quarter circle forward heavy on the ground, which is his 80k move. This does 80k damage no matter what. No matter how far into the combo you are, it does 80k damage. So zip, 80k. There's a tutorial for doing this. It's got its own set of tricks to it. There's a tutorial for doing this that I put up on my channel a while back, really helpful one. But there's a difference between that, and the difference between that version there that you see there is that that's a super jump version. Do you see the way the snow follows me up there on that version? The snow follows me up into the air. There's like a vapor trail after me. That's because I've super jumped. When you super jump, you get that. But if you crouch for a second and then do it, the snow doesn't... You've not got like a big snowy vapor trail. That was the super jump version. And that's the normal jump version. You want the normal jump version because the super jump version, you have to go zip out of the corner again. You have to do in the corner, out the corner, diagonal zips. But with the non-Tiger Knee version, sorry, not the non-super jump version, if I can get that, let's just do this. You can do down forward into a down zip and then hit the hit the 80k out of that. Now, the DHC into this, you have to really start practicing the timing for it, because you have to learn the timing out of Spencer's super of when to do the OTG. Let's try it one more time. Missed it. But from there, zip, 80k, and then jump, Spencer and Nova, zip, 80k, and then you can just hit them for another another OTG zip for the finale there. But this combo does a lot of damage. So that's off the overhead light there. It'll do about 1.1 million, I think, if you do this simple combo. If I do a throw combo into it, do a simple confirm. There is a way you can do the launch into it off the throw, but if you want a simple way of doing this, light, medium, and then when you press the medium there, you call Spencer at the same time. So you do the throw, OTG with DPL, and then you can just cancel the heavy straight into that. And the simple version is combo, 2 launch series with Doom into your combo. So DPL with good timing. I actually can't do it. Why can't I do it? So pathetic. Again, it's all about timing that slightly late. And then 2 launches with Doom. Keep it nice and simple. No reason to get complicated with this. And then hit them for 650k damage there. Into this super. Oh, come on, Spy. The pressure's too much, apparently. The hitbox execution just not there yet. But once you've got this into this, and you hit that confirm there, that combo Basically, go watch Liberal Terminator on how to do that combo. That combo does, I think, like 1.15 or so. It does 1,000,000 at least off a throw combo. And 1,000,000 damage kills Doom, kills Nova, kills Virgil, kills Morrigan, kills Zero, kills pretty much most of the main cast. The only guy it doesn't kill is this guy at 1,050,000. Let me just see how much damage it does. Can I hit it? Can I hit this? Come on. Practice that input. Missed it! So it would have done approximately 936 with the 80k on there. And then... Sorry, not 936, 1,036. And then I think if you get the OTG, then you get the final OTG when you've already used the wall bounce, which looks like... So once you've already used your OTG like that, you get this, which is just basically resets them because you've no wall bounce left. I think that would have done enough to kill Spencer off a throw combo, which is really nice. And similarly, if you get a hit off the plasma beam, you can just do medium, medium, heavy S, and then get that confirmed like that. Let's see how much damage it does off a plasma beam. Oh, you can't do the jabs there? I thought I might be able to. One more try at this and then we'll move on. Now, I don't have any assists here to extend, so I'm only going to get the 80k after this. It's not going to be enough, is it? And I missed it anyway. So it would have been maybe around about 800k off that with that confirmed there. But depending on the hit, depending on who it is, you might do a snap combo instead. And one thing that's really nice about this team, Nova Spencer, is so good that Nemo invented, was that pretty much off any hit, if you aren't going to be looking to kill with this team, you can do this instead. Oh, you need to wait a bit, don't you? So I need to back up, wait a bit. I'll show you what I'm waiting for here. Where's my Spencer assist on that? So the idea here is that if you waited long enough there, I think you have to wait a second after you've done the snap to get Spencer available again. But here, once you've crumpled them, the next version, you do it again. And then you get... why am I calling him again? The next version there, if you want to snap a character in with this team, you get this beautiful mix-up where... Oh, don't go in the corner. Where... you can be right underneath them if you do medium and slant shot. You can be right underneath them, and it's really ambiguous whether you go one way or the other way. And if they block it, if they block the slant shot, they end up on the ground really quickly, and you can hit them with a low. You can hit them with an overhead like that. You can hit them with the cross up. Like as you get better, your mix-ups will evolve, and you'll get better at doing that. But that's such a strong mix-up, and the reason for that is I won't go into detail much, but the slant shot mix-up. It's just like my Wolverine and Iron Fist mix-up that I used on like RF at Evo repeatedly to hit Virgil left, right. They can't act before you put them into block stun. They are literally not allowed to act yet. Their character hasn't been activated yet. They're only allowed to block. They can't do anything but block at that point when you do this. So... Which side, and then you combo off that into kill with that combo. So that's really sick. If you aren't going to kill, if it's so scaled and you don't have the assist, you can do that instead. I said I was going to show an easier version of a combo for Nova, and you might just do something like this. If you had the bar, so if you had a couple more bars, you might do something like that. Let me just give myself a bit of meter. Tommy recovery on. So you do light, medium, heavy S like before, medium, medium, heavy S, light, medium, heavy S, You can do this, but you don't get a DHC into Spencer from doing that. So you want to do the OTG DP light into the beam, and that allows you then to DHC into Spencer, and then you can either DHC again into Doom here, or you can go for the 80Ks, depending on how confident you are. Oh, I'm feeling very confident right now, look at me. And then go back through more supers, more extensions. So you can do extensions after this as well. Like that, and you just keep going. You can always keep going. If you need a little bit of extra damage, and you really need that character to die, you can also do... so once you've used your wall bounce here with Spencer, you can also do an X Factor extension right as they hit the wall there, like that. And that's a massive chunk of damage. Right as you OTG them, if you've used the wall bounce already, X Factor right as you hit them, and then you get a forward zip, down forward zip into another 80k, and an X Factor. You also then get the armor pierce for 85k damage on its own. So you've just done an extra like 300k damage easy or something like that. And if you need to, again, you got the super there. There's lots of options with this. With Spencer, your basic B&Bs, like you can just do light, medium, medium, heavy S, and then do this, and then like you can do some stuff like that. Wait, come back, Spencer. Where are you? There we go. So you can do medium, medium, heavy S. You can jump up. You can do this into 80k. So if you're not comfortable with the 80ks to begin with, you can just do a super, like a combo into that, or even do something like this into bionic arm, onto bionic maneuvers. Maneuvers does more damage. For a decent amount of damage, like to begin with, that's a decent simple combo. But you want to quickly develop your combos into a little bit of something better. So you can do things like this. Oops, I can't do that without a stick. So you can start getting a little bit better if you are like accustomed to launching. I find that as a beginner Spencer player, being accustomed to launching instead of doing zip combos at first, doing a down forward zip, so medium heavy down forward zip into an S gets you decent corner carry, and then you can do bionic bomber like that. You can actually continue the combo without going into super so early, so you can do stuff like, I will teach you better combos in a second. I tried to do launch into that. That's what I tried to do. So you can do that and get a relaunch with bionic bomber, which you have to be in the air for that. So you have to tag in the quarter circle forward S again, which is again a little bit tricky, but it's worth it for the extra damage compared to just doing, like a combo like this and then doing an 80k, because you're gonna get much more damage and much more meter off it. But that's one way to go. But the sort of like general gist of what you should be doing with Spencer, depending on where you are relative to the corner, you want to be doing stand jab, crouch jab into light, medium, heavy, and then a zip up forwards. I need to stop resetting. And then that fall in medium there, so it's light, medium, crouch, heavy, up forward zip into a falling medium. That takes a little bit of practice to get the timing on, it's not simple. It's a bit of a weird timing at first, and then once you've hit that jump medium heavy, down forward zip S, medium heavy zip S, like that. And you can get a few loops of that and then get into an 80k after it as well. If I can hit that. Like for a simple combo, that's fine, and then after that you launch into an 80k. You can do things like this, medium, medium, heavy, and then do a zip like that. Not a zip, an 80k like that. And you can get some decent combos this way. I can't get the tiger knees. It pains me so much not to be able to do tiger knees right now. But I wanted to get this video out before I did some other ones. So you can do combos like that into 80k, into the bionic bomber, the quarter circle forward S. Oh my god, I really can't do it. Am I missing the forward input there? Like forward input, be damned. And then you've still got your extensions left after that. If you, with Spencer, have Nova assist left, you've always got that extra 80k to do. So the extension there with that, get low with Spencer, and then do 1 zip down forwards into his whatchamacallit? I can't remember what it's called. His 80k. Brain just stopped working there entirely. So Spencer, I should actually go over some throw combos with Nova and Spencer. So I showed a little bit of a grounded throw with Nova before. One airborne throws. Nova has a weird property where he sort of, look how high up Nova is. So I did a throw, if I did a throw right off the ground there, look at how high Nova is after he does the throw. He has this weird property where it raises them to a certain height every time you do the throw. And with his throw, if you're in the corner, his air throw, you can actually do air dash down into heavy to get a combo straight away, or you can air dash down and then OTG into a combo like that. But yeah, very interesting thing with Nova. You got tons of time off all of his throws to convert, so you can at full screen do this like that, and then get a full combo that way. Like Nova's pretty much got the same scenario no matter what you do. The only one you have to be wary of with Nova, if I go into the corner here, it's you have to sort of, you can't do this at this close range. It doesn't give you enough frame advantage to hit a jab afterwards. So you have to, in the corner like this, pretty much either do that forward heavy, which means you can just go straight into Spencer. So you can just go and then get the combo that way, or if you're really looking to kill them, OTG and then X Factor. That's the only other way to hit that right there. With Spencer, you can't combo mid screen off a ground forward throw or a ground back throw. You can't do that, but you can combo off a corner throw. It's really tight, and you have to get a very quick, rapid OTG grapple on it straight after it. Really tight timing. Very rare that you're going to get this or going to go for this, but you can do that there and get a combo off it into zip, bleh, and then 80k. Experiment with it, try it out, but it's very rare and the timing is very tight. It's really quite strict. But you might do it if you go closer than try to do an overhead by accident. You might get that. But more prominently, you might get a... Where am I? Spencer, there we go. You might get this. And you might want to do a tiger knee grapple into a down forward zip, which is a little bit tricky at first, especially if you're bad like me. And then down forward zip as soon as you can. You have to be pretty early on that to get it. So if I do a forward one here, give me that. You want the super jump version on here, the super jump grapple, because it gives you more hit stun on your hits. Let's see if I can get this. Oh, it's so hard to get the tiger knees, man. Medium heavy S into medium heavy S, and then a little bit of this. And you can get your combo that way. But bear in mind that you've already used your wall bounce on this, so you'd have to do a really strict extension into Nova Assist to get any sort of extra play after that super. You might just have to DHC straight through to get a kill like that. The other thing I want to broach is with Spencer. If you're in the corner, in fact, if you're mid-screen, can I get behind you somehow? I'm going to throw you out the corner. If you're mid-screen and you get an overhead into Armor Piercer, you can dash forward into medium. You might be able to get bionic maneuvers there, but bionic arm is faster, so sometimes, depending on the combo, if you've already used your a lot of your hit stun deterioration up, you can't get maneuvers like this, which does more damage and gives you more frame advantage. So you might have to do instead bionic arm, which you still get another extension after, but only if you've used the wall bounce already, only if you've got assists. In the corner, though, you get a full combo off this, so you can do overhead, wall bounce, and then this is my personal way of doing this, once you have learned the medium heavy zip S like that, once you've learned that, there's a variation of that I like for this situation, where I'm going to do overhead piercer, jab, and then up forward zip into the falling medium, and I like this for corner carry. With assists you can do some special things here, but I like this. So jab, zip, hello, And then I missed their Bionic Bomber into Bionic Arm. But with that, what I'm doing is not OTG, jab into the up zip. Whoop, not that one. So jab into the up zip, into fallen medium, and then jump medium, heavy S. So jump medium, heavy S, forward zip, down, forward zip. So it looks like, we get them right in the corner. Medium, heavy S, zip, down, forward zip, stand, heavy S, and then from there, stand, heavy S, medium, heavy, zip. And you can either do a down, forward zip on the last one, or you're in the corner already. 3 zips like that gives you plenty of time. Gives you plenty of time to land and do that. There you go, into this and get some damage on them that way. With Doom, his throws, forward throw, you do a forward dash and then a tri-dash to get the combo mid-screen off forward throw. So forward dash, whoops, you do a forward dash first. Oh, I'm so bad. It's actually really weird doing this. I'm so bad on Hitbox. How did I win a combo last week? Everybody's fraudulent. Wow. Stand medium is a faster OTG than his stand heavy, but you can hit stand heavy here as well. Wow, I actually can't even time the dash anymore. I'm blaming Hitbox for timing my dash, but I mean, come on, it's just me really, isn't it? So with that, Doom's combo mid-screen off a forward heavy throw is you got a dash and then tri-dash. Off a back throw, you can just start comboing. Off an earth throw forwards, similar sort of story. In the corner, you're great, you can just OTG, but if you're out of the corner doing an earth throw forwards, you have to air dash down and then get over like that to hit them. And then in the corner again, if off a back throw, you just combo the same way. Dead easy, you're right next to them. Thing is, off a foot dive and off a back throw, you have to do a slightly shortened combo for Doom, because a foot dive, that adds a lot of hits on deterioration for Doom. So generally speaking, if you are using Doom and you're trying to do his combos, light, medium, heavy S. Light, medium, heavy S. No, the mediums, you don't do mediums. Come on, Andrew. Come on, Sparty. Light, heavy, S, and then in the corner, you're going to do this 3 times with 1 medium, and then last time with 2 mediums. And that's like 700k damage for free. It's so easy. But off a foot dive, you need to do either 3 double M launches. In fact, that's pretty much the answer. Like that, it's slightly less damage, but you don't get 4 loops. You don't get 3 shorter loops then a long one. You just have to do 3 long ones for 70k less damage, but the damage is still great on that. And same applies for off a forward throw. You can do the longer loops, 3 short loops and 1 long loop. But off a back throw, you have to do 3 long loops, because if you try and do, behave yourself. If you try to do the 3 short loops like this, I'll show you. You don't even get the mediums on the last loop. One thing with Doom combos, if you're ever behind on a combo and you think, right, I'm running out of hit stun deterioration, stand medium. So stand heavy 2 hits into S is slower than 1 hit of medium into a hard kick. Hard kick is faster than S, and it still launches, and medium is faster than heavy. So if you do find yourself like, oh, I've done this a bit slow, just catch up with yourself by doing like less hits. Still get your reps in. But do that like that. You can extend with Nova. Easiest I find to do stand heavy. So you call Nova early, stand heavy, and then have the Nova assist hit them after the stand heavy finishes. So call Nova, do stand heavy, and then you need to dash cancel your normal. So dash cancel the heavy into the dash, and then jump into S. And again, you want to dash cancel that S either down, and then you can do down and then jump up and do the plasma beam, or if you want to be just like Lib, you can do dash forward and then do the beam like that. You can do OTG like that. OTG, I think light beam is the easiest. Medium beam, I think, is technically possible, but then you have to get a super jump plasma beam on the next launch, on the next OTG. So you can do this. I can't do it. You can do this, but I can't do this. So you can do Oh my god, Tiger Knees, please. You can do a Tiger Knee light beam with that, but why make it harder for yourself when this does plenty of damage anyway, if you did want to extend like this? It depends who you've got next. If you have Spencer next, you probably want to save that assist for Spencer to use after his super. You want to save this assist for Spencer to get the extra 80k. However, if you need the bar, so if you're low on meter and you need the bar to be able to actually do 2 supers in a row, then you might do... So if you're doing a combo like this and you're like, right, I need that second bar, you might do this instead to get that second bar. So that's one of the situations where you'd use it first rather than saving it for Spencer to use afterwards. Come on, give me this 80k. Give me. Oh, I can't do them. Can't do these OTGs. So with that, that's the gist of most of the combos. I don't really think there's too much more combo-wise for me to get at. You can learn Doom's TAC Infinite for a little bit of extra source on the team. It gives you more options, but I've got a whole separate tutorial on that. Look at my Doom TAC Infinite tutorial. The real benefit of the team is it's easy neutral, and it's sort of relaxedness. You're not as tense when you're playing this team, and in tournament you're not thinking about as many things because your game plan is really straightforward with the team. Plasma beam, go in, or plasma beam, and then use that to set up shield, throw a javelin, see what they're about to do, and move about the screen basically. The thing that I need you to learn Plink Dashes for is, one, to get in whilst calling Plasma Beam. But I said before that like Nova isn't a close range fighter. He's not a close range rushdown character. You shouldn't be doing this over and over once Plasma Beam is gone. So Plasma Beam's there, you get one mix up, and if you don't hit, back off. Learn how to Plink Dash away, because if you go in and they block your mix up, then get away, get out of there, call Plasma Beam again, or just keep getting back away, and when you've got the space, get a shield out there, and then call Plasma Beam and go back in, or then call Plasma Beam, throw a javelin, like that. If you think that you're going to counter call their assist and hit their point character, you can get a combo just off the javelin, like that. In fact, if you do have a shield up, and then you call Plasma and do that, you can definitely get that into a hard tag like that. Let's try that right now. So call Plasma Beam, do that, dash over, and then be an ass player. I'm ass. If they're in the corner, maybe it's easier. You can probably do it. If they're in the corner, you can probably do that. But you know, you'll learn sequences, and if you have a shield up, the key here with this shield is like oh, hey up. That shield is a physical barrier to your opponent, so they're going to run into that if they want to get around it, or they might go over it, or they might try and use a projectile to go through it. But the point here is you now have something that controls space and lets you safely call your assist and move forwards. And if they try and jump forwards and like block your assist, it's not block your assist, like block your shield there. You can then aggro them from inside the shield, and also on top of that, you know, if they back up and you know the Nova shield's there, and you try and now call your assist on them, it protects them like that. That's going to protect your Nova from that and allow you to counter call with your own assists and just be a little bit more free because you've got this protective shield in front of you, and it's placeable in the air, it's placeable there, and if you have some red life, it starts to become a bigger deal. Where's my red life at? Do I have to refresh? Wait. Oh, it's because I got health recovery on, so I turn my health recovery off. There we go. That shield, look at the size of the darn thing compared to... Like, look at the size of... My shield's bigger than yours, mate. Like, the red life shield is significantly bigger now, and also has a lot more durability than it otherwise would do. Like, that's a big-ass shield right there. That's huge. A lot of durability on it. Plasma beams are going to have a hard time getting through that if your opponent's putting them out there. So your neutral with Spencer is very much go in with Plasma Beam, and you can Plink Dash in, or you can, you know, use this straightforward approach of this, cross them up like that, and then get your OTG, and then miss it. You got to work through your combos. You got to learn your combos. Sparty don't got those. But your Nova neutral is like call Plasma Beam at varied timings, call it, jump, air dash, heavy. Jump, air dash, and call it at the same time. And then sometimes jump, air dash, and then call it as you approach. As long as Doom is not next to you, at most levels of play, apart from the very highest levels, your Doom's pretty much going to be guaranteed safe. As long as you are here and Doom's over here somewhere, happy days. That's good stuff. Same with Spencer. You're going to be calling Doom a lot, and you're going to be getting hits whilst Doom's active, so you want to be practicing combos that do not utilize that next assist. So you want to be practicing your combos like that and learning how much damage you can do off those different hits. But generally speaking, that's the gist of the neutral for him. Same thing, I sort of went through. There's not much more to Spencer neutral that I can tell you. You have to sort of get in there and learn it, and learn how to get different hit confirms off the air, off the ground. But you basically just got to like learn how to do it like that, and then get hit confirms and practice different ways you'll get the hits. Or there's another thing like the classic Coach Steve starters, Nova. Really nice little technique here for sort of like tricking people into, baiting people into doing stuff and just getting free hits. Nova can air dash up and fly, and then call Doom and do S at the same time. S has a really dirty hitbox. Like that. You can call Doom as you press S. You can press S, then call Doom over here. And he covers your approach there like that. So if at round start you're really worried about getting hit, you can fly. You can air dash up back, and maybe not up back, actually, that little kind of ass. You can air dash up, and then you can call Doom and come back down like that, cross them up, get a combo. Really nice way to escape at round start from characters like Wolverine, because they'll have to super jump to try and catch you out of that. Really tricky to catch Nova out of that, and also really tricky to deal with Plasma Beam being called at the same time as coming down like that. Don't spam it too much. You don't want to be predictable. People will figure out ways around that. But you do want to be able to use that from time to time as a nice little way to, just do something a little bit spammy. If you've ever seen, who was it? Was it Kusuro? What was his name? The Beautiful Joe player who had Log Trap. He was always doing, getting up there with Beautiful Joe using double jumps, and then basically calling Lob Trap whilst doing his red hot kick, and getting so many hits on players who were trying to catch the red hot kick, but instead get hit by the Plasma Beam coming down as well. So Plasma Beam comes out, you approach, mix them up with Try Dash Light, Crouch Light, or maybe not Dash Up Shield, but Dash Up Throw. And then if it doesn't hit, get back out of there. Move back, get yourself a shield up, keep moving back, watch what they do, counter call or assist. Generally speaking, you just want to be in, out, and you want to shake it all about. That's pretty much the gist for the approach here. The only other thing I really wanted to cover with this, and I realised, this video has gone on longer than the Wolverine one. This one, I want to just approach what happens if you kill with your team. So let's just set their life, nope, that's input display, their life not to recover, and let's do some combos on them. So you hit them with your confirm. You don't do the combo properly, but let's pretend we did, and then you kill them with the next part of the combo. Can't even do that part of the combo. So you kill them with this part, and then you go into Spencer just here. In fact, I need to turn the life recovery back on and give myself full health again, because I don't want the big shield. So once you get this kill, if you kill with Spencer's cinematic super like that, you get a lot of time to tag back to Nova. Your order of your team is now Nova, Doom, Spencer, so you're not going to be able to do the same exact combo when you hard tag to Doom the next time off a Nova combo. You're then going to get a DHC back to Nova instead of a DHC to Spencer. But if you kill with Spencer's, and let me give myself a couple of bar again, a couple of meters. If you kill with Spencer's cinematic super, how do I best do that? Oh, no. Jump forwards. So if you kill with the super, you then get the same amount of time to do your next mix-up every time. And that can be... Oh, I've never even tried that on Hitbox, actually. That can be Liberal Terminator's classic mix-up of super jump, zip, and then S, and then dash back out the corner, stand light. Something to that effect, or dash back out the corner and mix them up somehow. Or you can then do, if you do this, your team order would be like this. So once you've done your cinematic super and it kills, if I just set them to a slightly lower health total, like that. So if I do... Does that work? No, it doesn't, damn it. Oh, yeah, like that. If you kill here, you can tag back to Nova, set up a shield, and then get a bit of meaty pressure with a jump medium to catch them trying to air dash out. You can dash under them, so you get your shield up and then dash, and then or crouch medium, and then call plasma because they're going to fall into that situation, which is really quite dire for them. So, like to illustrate, can I record some blocking? Right, I think I'm recording blocking right now. That's the thing, I'm on this hitbox. I don't actually know if my input does a certain thing that I want it to do. I have to think about it. Am I holding down back now? So this recording is now going to block. So we'll kill with the super, and I'm going to set them to block everything from this point on. But from here, hold tag to Spencer, to Nova, do that. And then you've got this nice situation where you do crouch medium, call plasma beam just slightly after it, and they're blocking that on the ground then. I did an extra jab with Nova, but they're blocking that on the ground, and you've now got that, you've got this, you got that into this. You've got all sorts of stuff going on, whereas like this... Don't call Spencer, call Doom in his plasma beam. You've got these situations where shield is really strong on a welcome situation, because you can place it, I keep pressing the wrong button, you can place it just outside of the range where they actually can do anything, but if they press a button from that range, so I do that, if they press, oh, I can't actually figure out how to do it, stop playing back and start doing that, right, okay, there we go. If they press a button out of this, they get hit, basically, so if I press a button like that, getting hit out of it, so they're vulnerable, and you can throw them, you can left right mix up them depending on the spacing of the shield, you can force them down to the ground and use your plasma beam to then get a mix up on them, and then, you know, Bob's your uncle, you've got a nice fat combo, and you're going to kill them for it, like that. And that's the gist of it for Nova. For Spencer, there's a whole number of mix-ups and ways that you can mix up on welcome. The Liberal Terminator one that I've been seeing time after time, it's so potent, so simple. Plink dash back like a madman, super jump with better timing. I need another one of those actually. Plink dash back like a madman, super jump, and then zip forwards and do a falling S. So plink dash like a madman, like that, and then that. And I can't get the combos, you know I can't. You know I can't do those combos. But that's one way. Sometimes it'll hit left, sometimes it'll hit right, until your Liberal Terminator's like level and probably can force maybe a bit of a left-right like by choice. But once you do that, it needs to be the super jump. If you're going to do his mix-up here, it needs to be the super jump version, otherwise you don't get enough hit stun on the S. Hit stun on the S is really important. And then you dash back out of the corner and end up with them back in the corner. Corner position is really strong, because if they block and survive the mix-up, you want them in the corner. You're then free to call, you know, assist, get pressure, and do something like that. So one thing I haven't covered to this point is that Spencer has a command grab. So Spencer has a grounded command grab, and he also has an airborne command grab. Is his medium? His medium command grab is also a grounded one. I don't really know the difference. Doesn't seem to have longer range than the light one. So one jab into a command grab is something you can do. And then you can do a combo off that. Or if you do see them push blocking on welcome, so they come in and you see them in the air push blocking, you can grab them with an anti-air command grab out of that and then get a combo out of that with a better combo than this, basically. The essential gist is of this team: call plasma, move in, get a mix-up, move back out. And I'm doing plink dashes here, but, you know, for all of your basic medium to... low to mid-level like games, air dash forward is such an easy way to get in. It's so potent because you've got that air dash into forward heavy. Make sure you're using forward heavy with this. Don't let go of forward heavy. You need to be holding it, because if they jump again, let's set them to jump again, you're going to grab them out of it. That's the whole point. You want that grab. And then you're going to get a hard tag into these other parts of the team that do more damage. I can't really give you much more than that from my basic to intermediate understanding of this team. Move in, move out, play safe, stay away from your own plasma beam call, move away from it, use the strengths of the team, the simplicity of it. You want to hard tag into Doom, you want to do lots of damage, so spend a bit of time learning those combos. There is an idea that, you know, you don't want to spend too much time learning combos when you get into play Marvel, but this team is one where the combos are everything, really. If you aren't killing with this team, you might as well go play Morrigan and hit them, you know, 100 different times to get the kill, make them block 100 different fireballs. The combos are really important because it allows this team to compete on the basis of its strength, just basics of the strength of calling plasma beam, moving in, and also because a lot of the top tiers in this game, Zero, Morrigan, Virgil, Phoenix, Magneto, they operate using projectiles. Their strength comes from being able to put projectiles on the screen to control neutral, and one thing that this team has that always keeps it in the game, well, number one, I'll give you, it's Bionic Arm. So Bionic Arm having the invul move is absolutely fantastic. Being able to do something like this can change the tide of the game, but it's also this move right here. This move is completely, once it's started at least, it's completely invulnerable to all projectiles, so you can go through pretty much anything, and you convert on it that way, by the way. So the best way to convert it, if they are not on the ground, if you're looking to use this to get a skank hit, is to air dash up, jump heavy into an S. That's the best way I've found, at least, or the best way I've seen. Like that, get the hit, and then you can do OTG into a relaunch and use assists however you want. But that move is ridiculous. It's preposterous. You've seen all sorts of skanky stuff being done with it. So, like cross-ups like that was a cross-up that I could have converted off without having to spend any meter. Like, just out of neutral, just being able to be like, oh, what's that? You're doing something you shouldn't be doing? Hold this makes up. Now, before I made this video, I actually messaged Liberal Terminator and just asked for a bit of advice from him, a bit of wisdom from the young legend himself. Like, that's living legend, son. And just asking him, what advice would you give to players looking to take this team and learn the game with it? And he came back to me and said he'd advise you not to fish for hits with the team. Like, don't fish too hard with the team. So don't be like trying to fish for all sorts of hits going in. You're looking to play a defensive game. You're not looking to rush in and fish for the hit too hard and fish for certain hits with like trying to pressure too much. Go in, use the protection of the plasma beam, and then move back out. It's a very sort of like safe gameplay style, but you're trying to get your opponent to make mistakes and for them to be always unable to hit you. You want to be safe pretty much at all times, and moving away and getting your shield up when it's safe, calling assists and moving with it when it's safe is the idea here with it. He also recommends learning the durabilities of the different beams. So you've got Magneto's durability on his beam assist, which I think is 1. Is it 1 or is it 3? I can't remember. Maybe it's 5. You've got Plasma Beam with 8 hits of... is it 8 hits of 1 durability? 8 durability total. You want to learn the durability of his shield, the durability of the pulse at levels 1, 2, and 3. So as you get different levels of red health with Nova, no red health is level 1, a little bit of red health is level 2 on his shield, and a lot of red health means, I think it's 30% or over, you get a shield which is the most durability out of all of them, and is much bigger than the rest of them. So if you know that they're calling bolts, for example, you know how that's going to interact with your shield and with your plasma beam call. So a bit of maths involved. This probably when you're getting to a more advanced level, but it really helps if you know at least plasma beam, at least say bolts, because that's a common beam assist. There's less common beam assists, but you might run into them. So if you're running into MODOK Psionic Blaster assist, learn what its durability is and figure out how that interacts with your shield. Go into training mode and test it. How does counter calling that with plasma work when you've got a shield up or when you don't have a shield up? learn how these things interact. And the way that I'd learned to do this is get the Bible up. So the UMvC Brady Games Guide, the UMvC Bible, there's a PDF copy. If you join the UMvC Discord, the US Discord, the main one, there's a PDF copy in the resources of that. Really useful for you to have. You get a good breakdown of all the moves, and you can look at the assists that characters have, like Sonic Blaster, like Unibeam from Iron Man, like Plasma Beam from Doctor Doom, and look at the priority of those, look at the durability they have, and compare what durabilities they have and how that interacts in neutral. But yeah, basically the fishing will get you killed. If you're trying to do stuff, if you're trying to still go in when it's not your turn anymore, back off after you've lost. Like if a situation like that happens where they're getting reset, try not to go in too hard too often, because you're going to get hit by their assist when they wake up. Like if I call Rising Fang and you're still trying to go in after your assisters in recovery, like you're going to get hit by some Rising Fang and you're going to die for it when you could be backing off, nope, that's not the input for shield, getting a shield up and then getting yourself some neutral played over here, using that shield to your advantage, and then getting in here and getting a grab or getting a situation that's favourable for you. And the final thing he said is use speed tackle, learn it and use it, learn how to use this move because it's just damn good. Learn how to hit it, learn how to convert it from different situations. So if they're on the ground, for example, learn how to convert this like that. Like you can convert off it and get into full combos. So that's the gist with this team. I did create a little list for myself as what teams I was going to potentially think about doing next. What were they? Let's have a quick look. So I was going to do Wolvie Doom Virgil first, Nova Spencer Doom second. So we've got this team now. I was also going to look at Jabril's team. Zero Dante Virgil, Zero May Cry. I was going to look at that next, and then I was thinking of potentially doing Magneto Doom Phoenix after that. Somebody suggested KBR to me though, so I'm actually going to put in the list here KBR's team, because KBR's team, Hulk, Sentinel, Hagar is actually one of the teams that really suits the purpose of this series, which was to give you simple teams that allow you to access the game with a top tier team and just have like a general approach from one video that tells you some basic combos, some basic neutral, some basic ideas for the team. But the simpler the team, the better. And I feel like Zero May Cry is getting quite complex. Magneto Doom Phoenix is getting quite complex. So I might do Kane Blue River's team, Hulk, Sentinel, Hagar next, just because of the simplicity of it. The game plan's really simple. The combos are really simple. The mix-ups are really simple. It's really straightforward. So I might do that one next. And if you have any ideas about what to do next with this series, what team you might like to see, and it's a simple team, hopefully, suggest it down in the comments. Or if you've seen anything in this video that you weren't quite sure about, you'd like me to explain further, I'll come back to you with a comment. If you want to ask me down in the comments, that'd be good too. And also, if you've seen me give out any blatant misinformation in this video too, this is not my team. I'm not a Nova player. I know enough about the game to give a basic overview for beginner players, but there's certainly things that if you are a Nova player, if you're a Spencer player, if you're a Doom player, and I've given out some misinformation, or I've just missed something that you think would be really helpful for players, if it's about me missing combos, like blame Hitbox, like blame blame that. But yeah, if there's something you want to add to everything I've given in this video, I'm not precious about it. Please give more information in the comments. That would be very helpful for the sake of the community growing and people having more access to the things. Maybe if a question's been asked, or someone's looking to ask a question, you might have already addressed it with your point in there in the comments. So that's it for today. That's Sparty out one more time. If there's any other videos that you're interested in seeing in the future, anything else you'd like to see me give a tutorial on, or just cover in a quick discussion video, maybe a quick discussion video I should do next actually, because an hour and 20 minutes. Not looking to do a video this length this time, but here we are once again. Sometimes they overrun, don't they? Right, it is midnight for me here. I'm burning the midnight oil. This is Sparty out. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.